Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Los Altos High School on this beautiful, lovely day. Today is April 22nd. It's actually Earth Day today. Happy Earth Day, ladies and gentlemen. Today we bring you our KMVT's very first softball game of 2021. We have Mountain View High School, the Spartans, against the Los Altos Eagles. First pitch. Coming from number 20, Shelby White. Strike one. What a way to start the day. Catching today will be Emmeline Gauntz. Behind the plate, we got Armour Crawford calling balls and strikes. The next pitch. The windup, the delivery. Strike two. And watching warm-ups, I was watching Shelby White, and she's got a very consistent delivery, which is very helpful. Just outside. Straight to third base, thrown over to first. First out. It's a good hard hit there. That was number 4, Annie Marcelino. Batting up now is number 31, Lawyers. The wind and the pitch. A little low. Just below the knees. Right on the corner of the plate. This is Los Altos' second game. Mountain View's very first game of the season. KMVT's first softball too. For first softball game of the season, and that ball that Lori's hit is now out of. It's a foul ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. The windup and the pitch. Good hit out to center field. Good positioning by the outfielder. And that was caught by number 2. And that would be Caitlin Smiley. Here, her parents here in the stands here in Los Altos. Very proud parents. The crowd goes quiet. The windup, the delivery, and foul ball. We got 2 outs here. The top of the first inning. Batting right now is Mariah Villalobos. Strike one, right down the heart. Zero balls, 2 strikes. Shelby winds up and delivers. Strike him out by the side. We got 0-0 here at the top of the first. We'll be back for the bottom. Welcome back here at Los Altos High School. Spartans, Mountain View Spartans, are putting number 44, Aisia Minor, up to pitch. She's pitching to number 5, Sophia, who's at the top of the lineup here for the Eagles. She steps in the batter's box. Aisia winds up. That's a foul ball. Uncatchable. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here at the top of the first, it's 0-0. We only have 7 innings here in softball, high school softball. Fouled straight back. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. Los Altos High School actually has quite a bit of construction going on back here by the softball field. It's got to be distracting for the players. Not to mention the announcers. And that's a foul ball. Let's see if it's catchable. Nope, it's out. Out of the park. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Go, let's straighten it out now. Straighten it out.
Minor with the pitch. That was just a little too high. Sophia Sar is actually a freshman. Got the freshman starting the lineup. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We got a full count ready. Ball's in play. Rolls right over to first. She steps on the bag and she's out. First out of the inning. We got number 2 coming up next for the Los Altos Eagles. Ball was a little high. She got her to swing for it, though. It's Caitlin Smiley here for the Los Altos Eagles. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nope, sorry, it was 2 strikes. Seeing good delivery out of Minor today. She's going a little high for Smiley. Smiley is a junior. And that'll be out number 2. Emmeline Gauntz coming up to bat. Now, Minor's a right-handed pitcher. Gauntz is a right-handed batter. Advantage Gauntz here. Just outside. One ball, 0 strikes. Little low there, right below the knees. In softball, the ball's a little bit bigger, but that doesn't change the strike zone at all. Good pitch. Great speed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Minor peers in, takes the sign, delivers, and it's high. Annie Marcelino is the one doing our catching today for Minor. Marcelino gives the sign. Foul ball. That may have hit the roof of the neighbors next door. That ball was gone. Gons is ready for something. Minor with the delivery.
There we go.
It was low, but she took it. Gons is going to first. Not in time. And that'll do it for the top of the first. We'll be back for beginning the second inning right after this. Welcome back here, Los Altos High School, for the second inning. Top of the second inning. Shelby White peers into Gons to get the sign. The delivery, and it's outside. This would be Minor doing the batting here, number 44. It's always fun to see the pitcher
Nice. Nice pitch.
take a strike like that. Minor grips her bat, the delivery, and that's going back behind us. That's also going next door. Boy, our neighbors next door here are probably finding a lot of softballs. Hope it doesn't get stuck in their gutter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Shelby White with the delivery. Minor belts that into the outfield. That was a tough run, but it looked like Smiley got there just in time. Caitlin Smiley, center field. You gotta love how they're doing all their air fives here. The whole Los Altos Eagles just turned around and gave each other air fives. It's a whole new world. White with the delivery, and strike 1. Up to bat is outfielder Marissa Soy. Now this is Mountain View's first softball game of the year. So we don't have any stats on any of these players just yet.
Nice pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes. There's 1 out, nobody on. The delivery swung right through it. What a pitch from Shelby White that was. Nikki Pappas up here, ready to swing her bat around. See what she can do with Shelby White. Right at the knees, just to the outside corner. Shelby White. Oh, hits.
There we go.
Pappas hit it straight to the first base, who was standing right there ready to take the ball, step on the base, and clear out the field for the bottom of the second inning. We'll be back. Welcome back to the bottom of the second inning. Shelby White, the pitcher, is first up to bat. We've had 0 runs, 0 hits by either team. Minor with the delivery. Just outside, ball 1. Minor with the delivery. Swinging it. Caught her going. That was looked like it could have been outside, but Shelby took it. Swung for it. And missed. Minor peers in. Gets the sign. The delivery. Minor's been going a little high with that ball. We're at 2 balls, 1 strike. That ball's low. Dug out of the dirt. Shelby gets her stance with the delivery. Comes Minor, hit the ball right up the gut. Fielded, thrown over to first, and that's the first out here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Still no hits. I'd like to take a moment to mention that KMVT is run by volunteers like yourself. Come on down. Volunteer with KMVT sometime. Maggie Burns hits the ball right back to Minor, who throws it over to first for the 2nd out. 1 pitch, 2nd out. Next up to bat, Stefania Bilu. Swinging at the very first pitch, and that is going over, off the back fence. You hear Xavier Cook in the background. He's screaming that we're running out of balls. We keep fouling the ball back into the neighbors. And that was down in the dirt for ball number 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. That one's going way back foul. Right back into the construction zone. Looks like the construction workers are gone home for the day. Xavier Cook complaining that they're running out of softballs to play with here. I see one of the parents going around collecting them for him. And as we wait for the ball, we'll update 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Minor with the delivery. Very low strike that time. It was almost like Shelby White didn't bat in the beginning. And another ball fouled out of play. That may have hit my car. And we have one of the Los Altos parents coming around here, delivering new balls for the coaches to hand off here. Minor peers in for the sign, gives the delivery, and right above about her face, Stefania's holding back. Again, about the same delivery. This Minor's throwing that ball a little high. She's been having this problem these first 2 innings. She's got to lower that ball a little bit. Now we're having a discussion about how many outs there actually were. Now, by my count, there were 3 outs. They're having that discussion now, too.
We're out with the upper foot. Yep.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And they're saying there was only 2 outs. Armour Crawford gives a sign to play. We got 3 balls, 1 strike. That was a pretty close pitch. Armour Crawford is the one calling balls and strikes. And Stefania's patience paid off. She's walking off to first base. She's the first player to reach base here in this game. We are at the bottom of the 2nd inning. Jocelyn Lee, senior, taking her first strike. Stefania's getting back to first base. The delivery. Ball's fielded by the 3rd baseman. Thrown over to first, and that'll do it for the 2nd inning. We'll be back to start the 3rd here in a moment. We're here for the Los Altos Eagles versus the Mountain View Spartans, starting the top of the 3rd. Shelby back to work on the mound. She's been pretty consistent. You'll see in her delivery, she's got a very consistent delivery. Another great delivery. And throwing it at fast speeds, too. Strike 2. No balls. No outs. That one's a little outside. It's Camelia Hernandez is going to be who's at bat right now. Camelia swings and misses. It's out number 1. And now our catcher, Annie Marcelino, comes up to bat. She is also a right-hander. Shelby White pitches. Marcelino swung at it. And that ball bounced behind the bleachers here. Marcelino seems hungry. She's swinging at the first pitch. It was a good one, a little high. Shelby throws it in, a little high again. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shelby peers in, gets ready to deliver the windup. Just outside. Marcelino grips the bat. Here comes the windup. That one's smashed. Will it stay in play? No. It hit the new building that they are constructing back here, back behind the softball field here in Los Altos High School. KMVT is happy to bring this to you. Also smacked, going out to left field. And easily fielded for Angela Key. And that'll be the second out here in the top of the third. Sabrina Hernandez here to bat to face Shelby White. Let's see if Mountain View can actually get someone on base here. Sabrina swings at the first pitch. She's also hungry. This Mountain View team is very excited to get somebody on a base. Sabrina sets up the front inside of the box. Shelby winds up. Throws on the outside. Ball one, strike one. She shows bunt, pulls back, and that'll be ball number two. See first base playing in now and swinging for strike two. Sabrina shook her head after she swung after that. She knew she shouldn't have. Shelby White with the delivery. Almost after our own foot. That was so low, and that will do it for the top of the third. We'll be back to bring you the bottom of the third. Welcome back to Los Altos High School. We are at the bottom of the third inning. Minor is up to pitch. Batting for Los Altos, Laura Espinoza. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Stands are starting to fill up out here. And Minor threw that one just about the right spot. It was just outside, though. You can see Laura Espinoza crowding the plate here. And that's right through their wickets. That ought to get her to first base, and we have our first base runner for Los Altos. Coming up next is Angela Key, who's our left fielder today. Spartans getting their signs from the coach, Xavier Cook. They were coming in for a bunt, thinking maybe a squeeze play. Try to get their runner to second. Minor with the windup. Shows bunt again, but Laura Espinoza pulls the ball back for ball two. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Or I'm sorry, 2 balls, 1 strike, 0 outs. With a lady on first. Outside. Ball 3. Now the pressure comes on Minor to throw a strike here. Shows bunt again. And she takes it for a strike this time. And now we have a full count. Let's see what Laura Espinoza does with Minor here. Takes it in the dirt. Excuse me, now we have a full count. Scoreboard operator's a little off. Oh, that was a good throw and a double play. Laura Espinoza thought she had a a freeway to the second base. Turns out she went too soon. Batting now is Sophia Asar at the top of the lineup again. Took the first one for a strike, the second one for a ball. She is a left-hander, which gives Minor a little bit of an edge on her. A very close pitch called as a ball. You see Asar holding back, and now the pressure's on Minor. That's ball number 4. Oh, it was called a strike. And now we're at a full count. That ball looked to be below her knees. Oh, that one goes flying over my head. Right back into the construction zone. I'm looking back behind me. They got these new buildings set up, and the might be flying right through the windows here pretty soon. Can't seem to keep the softballs in the park. Low pitch that time from Minor, and that will bring on Asar to first base on a walk. And Smiley comes up to bat. Another left-hander. Good pitch that time from Minor. Low and outside. Marcelino sets up right down the middle. Looks like a bunt from Smiley, but that will be a foul ball.
Good try, good try. Hey, crowd that plate now. Gotta protect that plate.
The umpire is talking to Spartans coach. He's coming to talk to Minor now, out at the plate. And while I have this opportunity, I'd like to remind you that KMVT runs on volunteers like yourself. Come on down and you could be a camera person, a director, an announcer. I'm always looking for announcers. My name is Josh Young. I normally direct this myself, but today I had a need for an announcer, so here I am. Looks like the meetings are all over. Smiley is coming back to crowd the plate while Minor does her delivery. We got a runner going to second. Except that was called a strike, so that was 3 outs. And now we're going to go to the bottom of the third. We are still 0-0 here in Los Altos High School against Mountain View Spartans. We'll be right back. Shelby Smith takes the mound here at the top of the 4th at Los Altos High School. Number 12, Lauren Dove, takes the first pitch down low for a ball. It's the first time we've seen Dove today. Let's see what she does with Smiley, or excuse me, Shelby. Line drive directly to, she didn't even have to move, directly to shortstop. Just a couple pitches and they got their first out. And now we have Lawyers hitting the ball way in the outfield. Smiley had to run pretty hard for that one. She caught it, and she stumbled and was able to hold on. Very impressive. Smiley's been all over that center field today. She almost dove for that. And another ball flying right out. So we have Mariah Villalobos. Mariah steps back into the batter's box. 0 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Shelby with her classic windup. Throw a little bit softer than usual that time. Maybe a little bit of a changeup, but it was a little high. That one's fast. Right down the middle. Strike 2. Mariah steps into the batter's box. Shelby winds up. Strikes her out. And that'll do it for the top of the 4th. We'll be right back to bring you the bottom of the 4th. Welcome back to Los Altos High School. 0-0 in this game. It's the very first softball game between these two for 2021. Los Altos is 0-1 total. This is Mountain View's first game, so they are 0-0. Great catch out there by second base. Gonzo was the first one out. That was Lauren Dove who made that miraculous catch. Now we have Shelby stepping in the batter's box. Minor with the pitch. Shelby skies that one. Should be an easy play. Yep, made by the shortstop. One pitch. And just like that, they have their second out. Maggie Burns steps into the batter's box. Minor peers in. Burns is eager to get a ball in play. Sees her first strike. Hits that one. Burns got that one to fall. Right fielder was booking it. But that'll set up Burns on the first. Stefan Young steps in the batter's box. Swings to the first pitch. Foul ball. We are in the bottom of the 4th inning. 0 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, and a lady on first. Good pitch that time by Minor. Minor seems to be able to keep that ball down a little bit better now. Definitely keeping it low just outside that time. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner's going, and that's going to be a foul ball. She's going to have to come back. Maggie Burns is on first. She runs again. Throwing. Oh, she made it. She made it to second base. Second baseman Number 12, Lauren Duff couldn't take the ball, couldn't take the throw from Marcelino. And we're at 2 balls, 2 strikes, with the runner making it up to second. Bill Yu would really like to get this ball into play, so we could get her runner around the corner here and home. We're still at 0-0. And that'll be out of play.
That's what I saw.
Minor Pearson to get the sign. Winds up. She's running, going to third. Runner made it to third. Runner is now in scoring position. And we're at a full count with 2 outs. Runner at third. Timeout called. We have an explanation here. Looks like there was a violation by Minor, which caused ball 4. Sounded like Minor was on the rubber when she wasn't supposed to be. Coaches call timeout. Xavier Cook goes to the center to meet his team. And here we have runners at first and third here on the bottom of the 4th at Los Altos High School. There's been no score so far. It seems like they're coming at a premium, so this could be a big moment in the game for the Los Altos Eagles. The wind is starting to pick up. That could have some significant effect on how this ball flies. Jocelyn Lee steps into the batter's box. It's a big moment for her. Minor throws a little high this time. You can see she's trying to throw it a little bit harder. Oh, the runner was trying to go to first. Whoa, whoa. We had the runner trying to sneak into second. And she got caught up in a pickle. And that'll do it for the bottom of the 4th. We will be back to bring you the 5th. So we had Stefania running from first base to second base, maybe trying to trick out the Mountain View Spartans, so that way the runner from third could score, but Mountain View sniffed it out really quickly. And good on them. The score is still 0-0. And here we have Minor in the batter box. Shelby delivered a low strike that time. But still a consistent delivery. And while we do have balls flying out here, maybe half of them are recoverable. Shelby White sets up for her delivery. Just outside. The catcher, Gauntz, she keeps setting up on the outside. Minor didn't fall for it that time. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one's another foul ball. Still at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Waiting in the batter's box is number 8, Soy. Minor would really like to get on base here. She's almost on her way. We got a full count here. We are at the top of the 5th with 3 balls, 2 strikes, and nobody out. And a meeting at the mound. Or at the rubber, I guess I should say. They don't quite have mounds here. In softball. Meeting at the rubber. And Gauntz gets back after a few choice words for Shelby. Shelby White peers in. Starts her windup. And that's ball 4. Mountain View gets a runner. Shelby hasn't walked too many. And they haven't hit very much either, so let's see if Mountain View can actually capitalize on having a runner at first base. And we have a substitution. Minor will be going back inside. Looks like Michaela Kim will be taking her spot as the runner on first base. Marissa Soy is going to be going up against Shelby here. Shelby White has had a very nice day with only walking 1. And no hits against her. We got a runner going to second. Collision. The ball comes out. And Michaela Kim is safe at second base. Gauntz threw that ball right over to second base, and it seemed like it was going to be caught, but there was a collision. Great throw by Gauntz, just right on the base. Kayla Kim is at second base. Marissa Soy wants to capitalize on having a runner at second base, so let's see what she can do. The catcher Gauntz setting up back behind the plate. You hear the Los Altos Eagles coach screaming out plays. And here we go. Emily White delivers. Runner, nope. Runner's holding at second. And no throw from Gauntz that time. She was threatening to steal third. But Gauntz stared her in the eye as she walked the ball back to the rubber. Shelby White stands on the rubber, taking the sign. Starts her windup. And that bunt is going to be foul for strike number 2. We're at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Score is still 0-0. Got a runner on second base. Kim takes a couple steps off second base. Oh, she stays on second base. Swinging for that time. That's going to be way foul. Marissa Soy, she was swinging for the fences that time. No more show and bunt. She's ready. Good swing that time. That's also going to end up being foul and out of play. Our camera crew today, Robin Frank, behind first base. We have Tim Erskine here behind the plate next to me. And we have Renee Mendoza doing the directing. Soy has smashed that one, but it was caught by number 9. Laura Espinosa, a freshman. And that's going to be our first out. Runner is still safe on second. Nikki Pappas takes the first one for a strike. Shelby White should be pretty happy with how she's performing here today as she comes and delivers. That one smashed right into center field. Nope. Second out. It's caught by shortstop for the second out. Excuse me, that was first base. I don't know what first base was doing way out there. That was caught by number 13, Maggie Byrne. Camellia Hernandez takes the first one for a strike. Kim is still safe on second base. She keeps showing like she may run. That was definitely a close one that time. We got 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. So we would like to see, Camellia would like to see something happen here. Shelby White with the pitch. Camille takes on the outside. Hernandez is a right-handed batter. Takes it low that time. Three balls, 1 strike puts pressure on Shelby White to deliver. Hernandez was swinging that time. She felt it. She knew it was going to be a strike. And now we have a full count with 2 outs. Here at the top of the 5th. We're still 0-0 with runner on second. Strike 3. Oh. That was on the inside. It was too far inside. It looked like it was right on the corner to me, but Armour Crawford did not see it the same way I did. And that'll set up runners at first and second. Shelby's walked 2 in this inning. Annie Marcelino stepping in. Swung at the first pitch. That's going to be way out. way out of play. I think maybe these girls are stronger than what they used to be. These balls just keep flying over the fence. White hits that one low. We got a runner going to third. And she's called safe at third. That was a very close play. Stefania, playing third base, was in shock. She couldn't believe it. Over at third base, we had umpire Ernie Carner, who called her safe. And now we have runners at second and third. Shelby White threw so hard. That was incredible. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at second and third. No score yet. Let's see what we can do. That swung. That could be in play. Nope, that's going to be foul. Marcelina would love to get any ball in play. Just any ball in play where she can get to first base. Gone sets that back behind the plate. Shelby White peers in. And the delivery. Got her, strike 3. Shelby White was able to get out of that one. We'll be back to bring you the bottom of the 5th right after this. Back at Los Altos High School, the Mountain View Spartans and the Los Altos Eagles face off in their first bout of 2021. Miner's first pitch is going to be a ball. She is pitching to Jocelyn Lee. Miner seems to have lost her touch. She's gone back to throwing the ball a little high. She seems to be rushing her delivery a little bit more than she was before. You see her trying to take her time now. That was a good pitch. An even better hit. But it was right to the left fielder for the first out. Los Altos has only had a few runners on. And now stepping into the batter's box, Laura Espinoza. Laura struck out last time, and she takes strike 2 this time. Good pitch that time. Better hit right up the middle. It's going to be a close play, and looks like second base threw it over to first base for the second out. Up next, we got Angela Key for the Los Altos Eagles. Miner peers in. You can see Miner taking her time now. And that is key to being consistent. You can see when she's rushed, she throws the ball a little high. Bunt coming to first just in time. Good hustle that time by Miner to pick up that bunt. Get out number 3 and get out of this inning. We'll be back for the start of the 6th. At the top of the 6th, we have number 27, Sabrina Hernandez stepping into the plate. Shelby White still pitching out here for the Los Altos Eagles. Deep into the 6th. It's a 0-0 score. First pitch swinging, throwing straight to the shortstop. It's a long throw. And first baseman had to jump off the bag. First baseman Maggie Burns, she had to jump off the bag in order to catch that ball. It almost flew over her head. She was lucky enough to catch it, but as she was in the air, Sabrina Hernandez was able to touch the bag, and she is safe at first base. So with nobody out here in the top of the 6th, the Spartans have a runner. Number 12. Oh, that ball flew. Let's see. Lauren Dove. Lauren Dove is swinging. She was our first pitch for Lauren Dove. She swings, and he goes right out of play. Swinging at the second one. That's got some distance. It's going to fall behind. We got runners going from first to third, and Lauren Dove makes it a double for herself. So the Spartans are this is their second time around seeing Shelby White, and they're ready for her. Lawyers is now in the batter's spot. Taking the first one for a strike. The most excitement Mountain View Spartans have seen all day. They're so excited they're actually making a bunch of noise in the dugout. Shelby White with the windup, the pitch. Sawyer swings. That one's going to be tagging from third, and in to score is Sabrina Hernandez. Lauren Dove's going to stay at second base, but Sabrina was able to tag and make her way home for the first score of the game. Mountain View Spartans up 1-0. Mariah swings at the first pitch, and that's going to bounce over the fence. We're starting to run out of softballs here. We got a runner going to third. She is safe. Well, nobody was even paying attention. Lauren Dove decides she's going to just go ahead and take third base. Not even sure her team knew she ran. And with nobody out, the Spartans have already scored and have a runner at third. It's a good rip, just foul. Mariah was excited about that one, but that one just went foul. And that'll be strike number 2. We got 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mariah steps up. Shelby peers in for the sign and the windup. The delivery. Right at the knees for strike number 3. That'll be the first out for Shelby Miller. Now Miner steps in. Minor last time was able to squeeze a walk out of Shelby. First pitch is a right down the gut, right at the knees. Just outside that time. Count is 1-1 with 2 outs here at the top of the 6th. Good pitch that time. Chest high, right on the inside corner. We got a runner at third, is eager to come home and see what Minor can do. Right back to Shelby White. Throws it at first for the second out. Excuse me, that was the third out, so that'll bring us to the bottom of the 6th when we come back. And we got 1-0 Mountain View Spartans over the Los Altos Eagles. Starting the bottom of the 6th with a strike is Minor to Asar. Asar is a left-hander. Swinging that time back into the construction zone. And that'll be striking out. Minor who's striking out Asar. And that was at the top of the order. So now comes number 2 in the lineup. Number 2 should be Smiley. Caitlin Smiley is a junior. She bunts foul. Both of our pitchers here tonight are actually going to be graduating this year. They are both seniors. Minor at the delivery to the shortstop, throws it to first base for the second out. Stepping into the batter's box right now would be Gantz, our catcher. Minor throws one way outside that time for the ball number 1. And ball number 2, a little high that time for Minor. She would like to have this be a quick out and a quick inning after scoring their first run. She is on the hook for the win here. Good strike that time. And we have a timeout. Armour Crawford's back here cracking jokes, cleaning off the home plate. Strike number 2. We got 2-2 with 2 outs, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the 6th. And another ball going next door. Somebody's going to have to make a quick run over to the sporting goods store, pick up more softballs. again center stance. The windup from Minor is a strike, and that'll be a quick 1-2-3 for the Los Altos Eagles. So, coming up next, we'll see what Mountain View has left. Welcome back to the Los Altos. Score is 1-0, Mountain View Spartans over the Los Altos Eagles. Soy hits the first pitch, fielded by the shortstop, thrown over to first, dropped it. Although I don't think it would have been there in time anyway. Soy actually has some speed on her. She actually made it to first base pretty quickly. Nikki Pappas in the stepping in. Awaiting delivery from Shelby White. Bunted. Boy, I think I need my own mitt so I can catch some of these. White would love this to be a quick inning as well. Ideally, she'd like to pitch it low. That was just a little above the chest, so it's going to be ball one, strike one. Our score here today is 1-0. You see a massive shift playing over here. It's heavy on the right-hand side, or excuse me, on the left-hand side. First base is playing in for a bunt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good delivery that time. Soy is taking her lead off of first base. And the delivery, it's hit. It's going right over to first base for the first out, and they got the runner over to second. So she still got the runner over to second like she wanted. And stepping up to the plate, Hernandez. We have some confusion here because the scoreboard says 2-1, but that's not the case. Hernandez fouls off the first one from Shelby White for strike one. The delivery is a little low. Soy on second base. Being held there by the Los Altos Eagles. Shelby White with the delivery to Hernandez. Who swings for a strike. We got 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out. Soy on second. Hernandez awaiting the delivery from White. A little late on the swing that time was Hernandez, and she is out on strike number 3. So now comes our catcher, Marcelino. Marcelino swings at the first one. That's going to be way out of play. Hit next door. I'd love to live next door to these guys. Maybe a few broken windows, but that's a lot of free softballs. Coach throws in another softball for the meeting between Gauntz and Shelby White. Soy still hanging out at second base, waiting for some action. Marcelino would love to give her some action. Love to get that insurance run with the Spartans. Right at the elbows that time. Marcelino wanted to swing at it, but she stopped herself. And she should have. It was strike 2. Shelby with the windup and the delivery, and that's smashed. That's going to drop down. Smiley had a good chance. It's going to be not second base. She's going to go run for third, and she's going to be safe. Wow, Marcelino just hit her a triple. That Smiley had a chance in the outfield to catch that ball. She was running full speed, but it just bounced right off the top of her glove. Coach is tending over to Marcelino there at third base. And coming into bat now is Sabrina Hernandez. With a chance to get another run here. The score is 2-0, Mountain View. You had her fooled that time. Sabrina was swinging, but it was a little too high for her. Coach is calling for contact, but good eye that time by Sabrina. She held back, and it was outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here at the top of the 7th. 2-0 game. Strike 3. The damage was done. Mountain View Spartans lead 2-0 going to the bottom of the 7th. We'll be right back.
So, here we are, bottom of the 7th of the game against the Mountain View Spartans and against the Los Altos Eagles. First up is Shelby Miller. And our scoreboard is shows that the Mountain View Spartans scored 1 run in the 6th and 1 in the top of the 7th as well. Nobody else has scored yet. Our scoreboard says 3-1, so the scoreboard here says 3-1. That's what we're going with on here as well. So Shelby Miller right now is at bat, and Miner's pitching. She pitched the entire game, as has Shelby. Miner's been keeping the Los Altos Eagles on their toes, though. As you see, that last one's fouled off. And she actually hasn't been pitching very consistently, but she's gotten the job done. This is not the first time Shelby Miller's been up here. It's the third. And she got it up the middle there. Throwing over to first base and out. First out of the inning. But even though Miner hasn't been the most consistent, I would say she's been keeping the Los Altos Eagles on their toes. So kudos to her. Shelby, on the other hand, has been consistent the entire game. I think her form has been very consistent. Oh, and almost a chance that was in play. It looks like she got to first base. Absolutely. Our catcher today, not able to catch that. So close to out number 2. Now we get a player at first base. But I'll tell you what happened with Shelby. I think she lost velocity towards the end, and that stamina, I think, going 7 innings is not easy even for the professionals. So even though she was the more consistent pitcher today, I'd say Minor has definitely shown that she's a worthy opponent. So we got a player on first. The pitch from Minor, and that one's going to be fouled off. This is actually my first softball game. Normally I would be in the truck and pushing buttons. We did not bring the truck today, as you can see the construction going on behind us. That one is in play, and it is out. Great catch there. Looks like we are down to our last out of the day. I'd like to thank Los Altos, the Los Altos High School District. I'd like to thank KMVT. Like I said, this is my first game. If you think you can do a better job than me, then I come and invite you to come do it better. If you want to contact me, my email is jyoung@kmvt15.org. I invite you to come do a better job than what I have done here today. And like I said before, we actually rely on all of the volunteers here, the people in our community, to come help with these productions. And we would really like it if you guys came down and helped us do these productions. We have camera spots available if you want to be the director, which is what I usually do most of the time. Today, we would like to thank Renee Mendoza for coming down and directing for us. We have Robin Frank on the cameras. Robin's been doing this for so many years. And I appreciate all of you guys. And that shot went directly to first base. Just like that comes the end of our game. And I'd also like to thank KMVT. My name is Josh Young. If you would like to check us out, go to kmvt15.org. It's kmvt15.org. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.